Okay, we're back in. We're back in. Sorry about that. All right. So yeah, I was explaining to you my I guess my path, or you know, as a panther, as I went through, even the panthers there, even matter of fact, at his at UTC, okay, and that's Uhuru Training Center, okay, in Bessie Beach. You get the Black Panther up there. Didn't have the artist who did it didn't do it too well, but it was it was there. You know what I'm saying? He had to go ahead and give his tribute. Excuse me. He had to go ahead and give his tribute to Mama C and Felix. He had to give his tribute and everything. You know, so whoever he got to paint it, put it up there. So therefore it was up. Okay, and yeah, checkered out, black and white out, and everything in a general sense. Anyways, so as I was, I'm gonna skip to the last day with him in the sense that, we are talking about the libations, and this is getting pretty close to, I had like a month left, and I was talking about the libations, and he said, and he with the again, like I said, he looked like a baboon. Okay, he looked like a baboon, and when he get angry, he come in, and then you see his eye, and the baboon's eyes are more slant, more, yes, to a slant, you know, and he had the long, you see the picture of him, and so you saw whatever who he calls upon or who he lets comes into him, literally that is, was in him, and that was just even when I suggested to go ahead and pour out libations and everything for the ancestors. I ain't in. And his eyes went up like that. It was like Muslim, but it went in, and you saw the clouds behind the whole motherfucker, or the possession that was already there. And I'm not into that. I'm not there right there. I'm not. I'm not. So, anyways, moving on to the last day, okay, in which Fatima, the house, the maid and everything, she's, you can see the little giggling, and all of them just giggling at the way he done got at me, and I'm sitting there, and they just think I'm like, I had to fucking laugh because, like I said, with even he's broken up. Nas, he can't fight. They're gonna have to pick up something. They're not gonna be able to get to him. So all of that shit is going through my fucking brain, and I'm trying to. At the same time, I have to go ahead and be careful, and not. How you doing, bro? Doing good? Yeah. All right, all right. That's it. And soak in everything to understand where in the who was there, what they said, and 10 more reasons. So a lot of that right there, it takes a lot within you to be able to do that. And even when you find out, hey, you go down a different path, okay, you chose a path, but then hey, you need to go down a different path. Then that's exactly what we have to go ahead and do, and have to go ahead and get over the shock of things. You have to get over the shock of things because it is what it is. Honestly, it, and so what was uh what was going through my mind at the time is I saw all the see this right here is nothing. This is just on side of on in what do you call it, cyber world right here in a general sense. But I understand that on the side, hey, we do have some clones and we do have some real people. But in the 444 o'clock in the cyber worlds where hey, we are connecting. It is a beautiful thing to have because we wouldn't be able to talk to those that are on the other side of the world and everything. of us. And I want to touch on that really fast when we're talking about the other side of the world. So the major thing, like I said, as they come and dubbed us, will say black, Negro, this, that, what have you, 20 different names to be even to do African American, and motherfucker, we're not from fucking Africa, you know what I'm saying? But they want to go ahead and dub us African American because they from Africa. And so in the slave trade, what they only focus on is this. Now we know if we go into it, they only focus on those coming from Africa being brought over to America, by the supposedly Jesus ship, which Mombasa, Jesus, Fort Jesus is there. All that shit is there, okay? In Kenya, as we know, 555 on the clock. So fucking at the same time, so what they're doing is they're taking the royals. Now, they know they had to have percentage, and this is why fucking Argentina is fucked up, and they fucked up, period. Because you're supposed to have the indigenous, the people of the land. You're not supposed to erase them. It was 40 fucking percent melanated. You're not supposed to fucking reduce that to down fucking 3%, and then you really got motherfucking. Okay? At least they kept the 13% by and the 13%. What I mean by that, we're not talking about those African Americans over here that are roaming the streets, or whether it be selling drugs, where the fuck in high off Beverly Hills, wherever. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the 13% that they fucking save is inside the prisons. That's because those were our fucking castles. Okay. Then they went ahead and took those of us that are of royal lineage over to their motherfucking land. Okay, and then that's the art of war. So what happens is you're raised up over there, and they're utilizing you now to go ahead and still fuck with us over here, even monetarily wise, because now you're in. You didn't made whatever fucking agreement you're in, and you probably don't even know at the same time. You probably don't even know that but if you were to come over here and say, well, damn, this shit feel familiar and all that shit, all that type of, same thing as far as that. They did the same. But the real thing was that because Ham is cursed, okay? Canaan was cursed. Ham was not cursed, but Canaan was cursed. So this is what? Canaan, right? Okay, this is Canaan, right? Canaan is cursed. So what they do is they take the royal and then take us over there to even help enforce all of this shit over here. And so a lot of people don't want to get out of that mental, and because a lot of people don't fucking think about that shit. They say, that's not even your fucking land over there. Your land is over here where all the fucking water's at, homie. Or sis, brother, kaka, dada, this, all of that. So those are the shit that people don't fucking think about. So even though you're representing Africa, which is upside down on the globe, you still represent a globe figurine that's fucking upside down. That ain't fucking it. Turn that shit up, and then you know what? I might even agree with you on a lot of shit. Turn that shit up. Turn it around. I might even agree with you on something. But if you're fucking stuck on a globe, and then represent a mass of land and all of the flags that's in it that you really don't fucking have a clue about. You don't even speak. I don't even know how many languages. A lot of people don't even speak fucking a lot of languages and shit. But they do. They do. Okay? Why? Because of what. And this is the germ. In order to go ahead and create the germs for us to die, this is what the alliance was with that of the Viril and that of Alda. Okay, it's not Aldebarian, but this is Debar, which means word. Okay, in the eye of Taurus. Okay, so the Viril, which basically is German, the germs, Germany, to go ahead and even come and even the lower kinships, meaning KIM, but we're gonna switch that straight up, put it straight. Ken. Ken ships, because Kenya, Mombasa, ship to ships. Okay? In a general sense, whether it be to every part of the motherfucking damn world. Every part. Why? Because as the melanated people, in a general sense, for this epoch, was here, ruled. Everybody's in agreement on that, in a general sense. Okay? So, what happens at that point in time is, uh, so the Germans, and this is the Greys now, this is the Greys and everything coming in, okay? And not just the Greys, but we have those of the white haired rule and everything, all the tall Aryans and so forth and everything, as I believe they're called. I believe I have to go back and uh, and see. I'm not going to speak too much on what I don't necessarily have them study to whatever degrees that I feel comfortable and translating. So 11:14 on the clock. So therefore, so L comes in now. L, the Greys and so forth, and the Greys are these are not just these are really people inside the fucking suits. These are people, short, okay, in a general sense, but spirits still fuck everybody up. Spirits real, and as everybody see right now, they get fucked up. They getting fucked up, you know. So even as far as even when I left up from over there, and they thought Dax was like saying, I'm fucking with his money, and then we was talking for a little while and show some monkeys and shit playing in the water and talk about like this little motherfucking monkey motherfucker over there fucking my damn money. And so that I have been cool up to that point right there. Because then you push your motherfucking down, you're pushing a monkey then, if that's what you want to call it. You push a motherfucking monkey too damn far. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you get. But monkeys, apes and shit, all that shit, the jungle, that shit belonged to y'all over here. We had different shit over here. We have botanic. We don't have jungle like that. You know what I'm saying? Although we have what's the word right now? I want to say rainforest. We do have rainforest, but apes and all that shit, it wasn't even fucking our shit, bro. What was that? Damn, it sounds like an ape right there. Oh shit. And so we don't think about those things. We don't think about those things. And then when you see the what do you call it? The UN went back home to Kenya, so we know who the fuck was over there. Those were really African Americans. And the alliances of which they have created from the Legion of Nations to become that of the United Nations. Okay? So I'm saying this too because I'm staying on Leo, I'm staying on Lion, I'm still on Lion's Gate. I want to live out that subject matter for the simple fact of it, because Dax was fucking Leo. And I was there I missed this is the first moon, but I was there for his birthday on that fucking moon. Super moon. And that's when all this, I started getting, and so that's when I came back, and because that's my whole purpose was to go start to get that sea moss to go ahead and start whatever business over here and have it, make it happen, and that's just going to be one aspect, okay, one means of monetary is coming in, okay, and why was that? Because I had already started looking at the astrological chart in a general sense. And as you probably see already, I didn't go for the millionaire. I'm talking about the billionaire, because there's all kinds of millionaires. I went for the billionaire. So I made the chart out now, and even inside 224, and I was looking at 223 when I was there, but I already started looking at this shit, way back. And I still had to go ahead and go through all of the shit within the family dynamics, whether it be as a lot of people are splitting up with their husbands or wives and saying, "Well, fuck, this motherfucker is really not who the fuck they said they was," and I was going through all that shit, and the attacks on the body, everything that fucking Rusty be talking about, or Prince talking about with the fucking energy, the dude direct energy weapons that also that Kuan Yin be talking about. I mean, everybody talking about in a general sense. So all of those things I was going through, all that I'm still, and so that's the reason why I'm not even further along as I should be, because I had to go through all that, including the death, and then all the everything too. Oh my goodness, it's not a bit. You have to go ahead and so, but at the same time, just it's like just Nike in the sense of just do it. Whatever it is you have to do it, because they ain't giving a fuck. A lot of them say that it's over with. Flame on them. It's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be it. you know. But in 224, the billionaires was status was going to be that for the listed by the zodiac houses and everything. One was Gemini, two was Cancer, three was Leo, four was Libra, and only four in the billionaire for the charts that I had looked up and everything, charts. And then on luck, 2024, one was Gemini, two was Leo. This is just fucking last year, okay? Three was Scorpio. Scorpio is first and foremost my grandfather. So that was all my grandfather, whether it be my literal or not. See, the energy was inside my grandfather, and not only that, he left me money. Hilliard Humphrey. Ray. Ray is king. That side be the king side, and then and the priest side would be that of the Hebron. And whether or not, see, those are my blood, those are the resonances. Like the Schumann resonance? That's the Schumann resonance, or the residences in which I was projectile into in order to go ahead and glean from. Whether or not this be like real name or no, we're talking about right here, right now, and understanding this, because it is already written. It says, "And he who overcomes all of these here," and this is two-way. I will give them a chance to sit with me and my father, okay? But that's his father. We're not necessarily talking about our father, okay? In that sense of a fat her, even, but you know what I'm talking about, or even just a masculine aspect or feminine aspect. But at the same time, and I will give him a new name. So a new name is really these corporate card names that we have on their identification right now, as those people who even come over here take on new names. It is not their old name from their family they try and hide that to keep that precious, because this is strictly a business for the business venture of America, okay, and that of Akabulan, which was incorporated to be Africa, and all the other countries in which also have given themselves names for the corporate venture of coming over here to Israel, and because their land is not plenteous and flowous as and then on top of that, then they had to bring Khalifa or California to connect it to the fucking land, because we were separate. We were fucking separate, as you see in the fucking pics. And I'll put them all up in a second, but I just want to go ahead and roll this one out. So, okay, so luck again with Scorpio, and then at the same time, my ex-wife Anne, she actually had the same birthday, November 3rd. Okay. Then we have Aquarius, number 4th. Okay, now for 24 and 2024, those who in debt, who have to be cautious of going into debt. Okay, deep game on this one. The number 1, Aries. It said fucking be cautious. Number two, Taurus. Number two is Taurus. Be cautious. The start, now either you gain, but you're gonna see how ill-gotten gains they could take wings and fly. One way or another, either by your wealth or your health. One way or another, my sister, my brother. Number three is that of Virgo. Number four is that of Capricorn. So all these right here who are who experience these things, or and see the tail end of that, see this 9 year right now, this 9 year that we're in right now, that we still have a few more months in. We got 6 months plus, or 6 months. All we have is 6 months left. Then we're into 10. 10 is completion. 10 is completion. So if you make it through, whether it be with the finances and with your health, hey, then you must done some changing. You must done some changes. Some ching, ching changes. Whether it be from your putting it back into what is correct. Put it back into correct, or if you want to go down with the ship, fucking go down like motherfucking Queen Mary did, cuz. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, under the green wood dragon was another chart I had did. Right? 2000, it said a lot of money. So they had be careful going into debt, because that was Aries. And they had number one, Aries was number one. So they was gonna get blessed inside of it. Okay? But at the same time, with a lot of money, be careful about going into debt. Number one, Aries on both of them. Okay? So that's Nisha. That's Nisha. That's Shavi. That's Damien. That's all, the ones yeah. In a general sense, I ain't gonna go any further. Okay? So number two, coming into a lot of money. Number 2 and 3 is Gemini and Cancer. Number 4, Leo. Number 5, Virgo. Number 6, Libra. Scorpio. 7, Sagittarius. Mi mama. Aquarius. And Pisces. These were all those listed. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 again was Aries, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Okay? And Virgo was my grandmother, and Veer is inside of there again. Veer and Bo is like come and go, Virgo. But it is the Virgin, which again is talking about birth. Okay? And so another chart also went ahead and said Sagittarius was going to be the luckiest. Leo again. Libra. 4th, Taurus. 5th, Gemini. So in that top 5 right there, I'm just looking at all this shit and I said, well, I just met this brother over here, Dax, and a couple of people and everything too, and I was like saying, fuck, that'd be a good fucking, he's getting ready, good investment. That's just off the GP, until I saw every damn thing. It's a good investment as far as time-wise to maybe function with. But no, they didn't want to function. They did not want to function. They wanted your, as a matter of fact, they wanted your money and your shit if they could. Your literal shit. They want that too. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, and I've already posted one time. I'm going to post it again so you can see what the fuck I was right now. Because right now, it's coming to be, this is the 9th year. It didn't say it would stop. That was just for the luckies that point time. Luckies and those, and so, but a billionaire, unless you hit the lottery, it's not going to be fucking given to you at that one point in time. It's a build-up. That's a bill. So the start of the billionaire, okay, level started in the Greenwood Dragon. Started in fucking 2024. So if you don't flip the script, write your motherfucking own script out right now, again, especially with everything, what everyone's saying right now, Leo, uh, who else? Gemini's, Cancer, Libra. Those are the top four that was there. And then with Lucky, just luck. Gemini, Leo again, Scorpio, Aquarius again, again. And so still, it's still dragging in, 25. Again, the debt. Now we're going to see right now because it's dragging in still from debt. Everything is not just linear. This is a circle. Now, whether it be the life, the circle of life, or life is a circle, is up to fucking you. It's up to you. All right? It's up to you. And so, yeah, even this, there's one chick over there, everybody came in, everybody knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? So they came in, even in the grocery store, her name was Mary. Her name was Mary too. You know what I'm saying? Maryam, you know? Mary means fucking bitter. Mary is a bitter bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know? That's the root name of my grandmother, Mariah, okay? So that's the root name, which I'll show you all of that. It's probably already peeped, but put up there anyway, so you see all that shit. And again, whether she be my real or energetic, this is the dynamics in which I came in here that I had to go ahead and adjust to because of what your contract is that you have to adjust to and what I have to adjust to. Okay? So this is what you have to do along the fucking way. No matter what path you find. Okay? And yeah. And so with that right there, we went ahead and, Mary, grandmother is Anne, which is like my first wife and everything, you know what I'm saying? Or Auntie Anne, Joanne, aunt, or whatever, auntie that was over on your brown side, Anne Cunningham, evil bitch, straight fucking evil. I'm talking about evil. Joanne, funky and evil bitch. Funky and evil. The last Anne, but peep game. See, Anne is the grandmother of Jesus. All right? And Anne, Saint Anne, which is Saint Anne, five of the apostles and everything, five of the fucking apostles were also cousins of Jesus. All right? So we had John the Evangelist was a cousin, James the Great, James the Less, Simon, and Jude. Jude, book before fucking Revelation. Okay? So five out of the plus Jesus, that's six. So even with the marriage wedding in Canaan, it were 6 water pots. So we see that six again. We see that six again. Why do we see that six? Because that is the Star Rum fan. That is that of fire and water coming together. Water coming down from the cosmic to that of the fire of the earth. So this is the, even that the epoch in which the red hair, in the symbolism of fire ruled also, as I said, let us replenish the earth, was of red hair and so forth and everything, and so all those things are significant. That's the reason why they do go ahead and dye their fucking head red all the motherfucking time. So there's flame on. That's their symbology inside that shit. Red, flame on, fire. And then when they do put the blue inside there, that's to go ahead and say they've soaked up some blue blood. You know what I'm saying? So it's obvious. But this Mary bitch was a fucking bitter fucking bitch. Miriam, I met her over there. She was a Muslim chick, and she came little plump, and she wanted me to buy. She did leather. Also, on top of that, she had her little business, and so they have their little business because they, again, you can have a fucking like some of the Mexicans here. They sell hair. The family just with oranges only. Just sit there all day with oranges, just selling. Why? Because that's just a front shit. They got haciendas like a motherfucker in Mexico, this way, or whatever the fuck, wherever they're from, Guadalajara, everywhere the fuck it's just money. So money for here for right now, GP, and even for renta, for those who are with the different blocks and everything, the different sections and everything where you might stay in, that they renta. You know what I'm saying? And renta again, ren is that of people. Ta is a left tav, meaning beginning and first. So therefore, just like at the beginning of the month, you gotta have your motherfucking renta, right? And you better prepare for it before the end of the month. It's the first of the month, you know what I'm saying? Renta. So ren is that of people in Chinese, okay? Synology, okay? And so, and all of those six children came from 6 different fathers. 6 different fathers. The 3 Marys, all from St. Anne's, all daughters and everything. Okay? All daughters. Mother Mary of Jesus, Mary Cleophas, and Mary Salome. All right? So, Mary, don't you weep. Don't cry. Don't cry. And Martha, don't you moan. Why is that? Because if she had motherfucking 6 damn different dads, then they probably was trying to fuck on Mary, and fuck on Martha. So being that the Mary, because Mary is army at the same time, army, and what did they do? They said again, those who are fucking kings and queens, and we don't even want the motherfucking title, but they went ahead and sent those to war to go ahead and fight and die, and then the others kept them in motherfucking prison and brought in the drugs, the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, as we told you about, to go ahead and flood the motherfucking streets and put the rest and make these fucking laws, 2 strike, 3 strike, 4 strike, 5 strike, whatever the fuck strike laws, to go ahead and lock us up on our own fucking land mass. Again, at least they thought better than fucking Argentina than to fucking take the people off. Okay? Because your land will not have prospered. But yet still they developed the cocci, the different diseases and everything. Like I was saying, cocci and everything, what I had caught in 2011, and they took that, they did me on purpose. Why? Because I was the first fucking case. Okay? That was only in the valley that they had it by Avenal and shit, right? They took us on a cleanup, and they had sprayed it. They sprayed it up there. Okay, I wasn't the only case as far as CMC, but a case to grab it from the valley to come there. It was I was the first fucking case that because they put it in the newspaper to grab it they had rented us out to go clear some bushes and shit and everything, and they sprayed it. And this is a pig, and even Eugene probably had source in that. Okay, because Eugene is still, both of Eugenes was still part-time there at Fort Ord, or right there on the backside of motherfucking CMC. Okay, and this is where CDF Fire Department was on the Army base also. up right above it. So you had the army base, you had CDF right there, fire department, and you had the fucking army base right there. Everybody. And you got Lompoc Fed Penitentiary too. Everybody fucking right there. So all of that shit right there. You see the fucking big picture, then you're able to go into your world and see what happened to you. Okay? What happened to you. You're able to go ahead and see what happened to you, and you're able to go ahead now and get out of it. You're able to get out of it and everything. Okay? So and then you start small, you grab whatever you need to go ahead and start cooking. You to put. Make sure though, we don't get top ramen, because everybody want to be a top ramen, meaning like the top raw or the top man, okay? As they have Ramadan, Dan, you know, tribe of Dan and everything. Damn is not written inside the motherfucking book, Revelation. Why? Because he didn't fucking come and help. That tribe of Dan did not fucking. Did you hear the honk? Confirmation. Not written. So they already know this. That's the reason why they call it Ramadan. They're not written inside that motherfucker. Okay? They're not written inside that motherfucker because of the ritual and everything that they are centered around. Even that day, those the practice, and I'm not going to say all, okay, because those of pure heart and are actually not going to say in the word of pure or corrupt. Those that are correct in what they're doing, just simply correct, are either doing it without knowledge, and because it's written on their heart, it's inscribed. So therefore, if you have, everybody has a heart, but it doesn't necessarily, it's written on your soul. It's written on your soul, because not everybody has a soul. 373 on the clock. Okay? And so this is the pot again. The top, switch it on, take that top and put it on the pot. And you don't want to have top ramen because that just blows up. And like I said, whatever just blows up comes back down, and it's bad for your health. So if anything, we want to have noodles, noodles and everything that you made from scratch from even, made from scratch and everything. Flour is best and everything, you know what I'm saying? Even if we go into the store, it's best to go ahead and get those that's refrigerated, more fresh than that of the ones that's packaged. And so inside to go ahead and you have to just put water in and boil it again. But that's second. I mean, that's third. Third, but the fresh is always best. We know that's always best. So it is not a fight to be, the top raw man. You know what I'm saying? And don't be dumb to eat it. I eat them every once in a while, so that is fine. And so, like I said, like Nam is man spelled backwards. Viet is to go against man. Vietnam is to go against man. And so that's the reason why they went ahead and see, and that was the longest, 19 years. 19 years was 1900. 19 years was that first war that I have. Remember that? That was Haiti. 19 years it killed, because 19 years is a generation. Haiti was ahead of fucking time on a lot of shit too. Haiti is ahead of fucking mint. So they wanted to, French. They wanted to depart from the motherfucking French. Had it out. You know what I'm saying? Had it out. Fuck that shit. Fuck that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And so 19 years. And then they wanted to follow that suit. So Vietnam came in with 19 years, 5 months. Knock out another motherfucking generation. Send them to the war again. Afghanistan, 19 years, 7 months. That's another fucking 3 generations they fucking knocked out. As they named their children Eugene Brown the first, second, and third, William the first, second, and third. Why? Because 3, 6, 9 is the power. That's why. 369 is the motherfucking power. So yeah, so that word nam, I went and looked at that today. You probably saw. And so nam in Spanish means the seal of a letter. Seal of a letter. And we're not just don't look at the thing as like the seal of a letter, a brief that you write. No, the letter, a letter, every single letter is a seal, is a sigil. The seal, the sigil of the letter. What does it do? The power within that letter. That is the reason why Tamil, Tamil and the, like Benjamin Franklin, he was the president, but he was a man of letters. You see what I'm saying? So okay, so now Ali, this is where they put the Pali, okay, means to lead, In Old Norse, Nam means to take, to learn by by uh, uh, by heat, okay, and then in Belgian, it means. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, to begin, to take. It also means to begin. Also, in that of Old Norse. Then in Latin, it means thread. Like a lot of people have this thing that they put their, and the Joker said it inside of his today too. They put their work on, their workers, what do you call it? A blog, called Threads. You know what I'm saying? So Latin, which is a dead language, the word nam means thread or yarn. Over in Iceland, it means to take captive, to mine, to detect, to perceive, to touch, to reach, right? Over in Farsi, and see, Farsi is it's three different Farsis. You got to check this out. It's three the way they did it. Farsi is spelled Pharosi. So this is Pharaoh for one. Pharosi, and it's Farsi because it's the same fucking thing. Okay, Pharosi, Pharoese. It's still Pharaoh, Egypt, C. Pharaoh, Egypt, C. Okay, all right, and this is North Germanic, and then you also have and North Germanic, and this is what I'm saying. The germs. This is where the shit comes from. Okay, so it's to touch, just to touch. Where do you get germs from? Touching shit. To seize, to touch on, to refer, to steal, to learn, to notice. The Swedes, Finns, and Danes, and Norwegians of Iceland and Swedish all use this Farsi, the F-A-R, the Pharaoh see. So this is where the pharaohs and everything come from. Okay? And the Farsi of Persia, which have 31 provinces in 37 countries. All right? And you can see that really inside of in German, but just the days of the week and everything, All right? Beginning with Montag, which is Monday. Okay, Dienstag, which actually is D-I-E, which means die. Okay? Mittwoch. Mit. Okay? Mit is actually, you see Tim inside of there. Tim is supposed to be an evergreen, all right? Timothy, those are, what do you call it? Evergreen type of trees, which don't like Christmas type of trees and everything. Which the foliage and everything are like year round and everything. Mittwoch, wok means what to fry. A wok is what you fry in, right? Donner is thunder. Donnerstag, Freitag, Freya, that's goddess Freya, okay, which is over Isa inside of the ruins of over Isa, which means ice. So Isa is that of inside of Arabia, the name of Jesus, which is ice, right? And then Freya is over that, which is Yah, we see I instead we see Yah also. Okay, and for Friday, and then we back to D Sone, D Sonta, Die Sun, DIE Sun. So do you see all that death inside of here? Do you see all that? Even on the word top ramen, we see the word amen inside of there, right? Well, the amen or ramen, N means Lord, En means Lord, Am means over the people, and the Ra, the R, is really 6 plus 6 plus 6, meaning 18. Chai, meaning life. So to rule, Raman is ruling over the fucking people. So that's the reason why I have Ramadan. Okay? So Dan is ruling over the people. And Dan is not written in the motherfucking not in Revelation. Alright? So, with that right there, my peoples, Conrads, those who rock and roll, uh, rock and roll is here to stay. It will never die. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Everything is definitely goes through this transformation. So it's up to you to see how you will transform your life at this point in time, all right? So think about it. Think about it. Especially again, those, like we said, looking at the family dynamics, relationships coming in and out of marriages, breaking away, staying in, however it is you have to do. But this is how I suggest. You don't have to go ahead and see. A lot of time this is Leo and it's fire month, and even when fucking Dax got at me, he got me some fire. He could have came. It's not. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. It's how you say it. Okay. Again, you can say it. You can call him fucking motherfucker. That's a whole lot of energy fucking wasting that. Or you can go ahead and even if you want to beat him with a sword, you want to cut sword. What you do is just take that S off because you are supposed to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, and just use the words of the sword. And that my people, those who are vibing like this, 47, 57 on the clock, 48. That's the way to do it. Because those things that we run after, even to cut off and everything, it's tending they tend to feel more on it. But when you go ahead and you just raise your motherfucking vibration, as like they say the eagle does, you know what I'm saying? A crow or whatever, or anybody that comes onto a net, you raise that, it can't take that motherfucking height. You know what I'm saying? And then go ahead and have night vision too. Like the owl that got, the great, that big ass owl who hit a hawk, a sparrow or something like that, came and fucked up a hawk, attacked him during the day. He waited until that motherfucker was asleep, because you can see at night, you know what I'm saying? We can see at night. And he went and fucked up that took the children, ate the children up to everything. He waited till he was asleep. He said he just remembered the direction. And he went back and got that shit, got him. And you got to remember this, even David inside of the scripture said, somebody had cursed David or Dawid, which actually comes from India, okay? And Dawid is really, they have Devi or Diva, which is feminine for God. So Dawid is really masculine for God and everything. And so, but they changed it to a V. V, so it's DAV, which is Department of American Veterans, and that's the ID. Disabled American Veterans, or the Department of Av, those who are hooked in with the father, or Abba, or however you guys want to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Flip back and forth. Fernando. You know how you do it. So all of that shit is that, see, the nighttime, and we don't even have to worry about it, because nighttime is when we leave our body. At the same time, leave these avatars. At the same time, we go back with the answers, and these motherfuckers get fucked up. That's the reason why they start at midnight, to try and go ahead and utilize what they put inside place. They made us agree to, so to speak, because we're already in motion with the feng shui of this world that's built in squares right now, in order to go ahead and utilize our energy and project it into the things in which they seem fit, or they benefit. Okay, they benefit in everything. So take your time, but make sure you go ahead and start making your moves. Slow. All right. And as again, whether it be work relationship, family, uh, husband and wife split, all those things split right now. It's or if it's to come back together, however in your soul, not from what somebody's fucking telling you, but in your soul what you signed your fucking contract to do at this point in time. All right. So that's what I would suggest for everybody and everybody, that it's in it to win it at your pace. All right. So let me go ahead and get out of here, and we'll talk to you soon. Keep loving me. I keep loving you. And yeah. All right. Get your vibe on, y'all.